Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video we're going to be doing a little bit of a yarn review. So I saw this Ricorumi Glow in the Dark double knit in the shop and it was only £2, and I've seen with a lot of glow in the dark yarns in the past they've been a little bit pricey for just what in daylight looks like plain white yarn. But yeah, this was only £2. You do only get 25 grams, but that is the same price as their usual cotton double knit and their double knit chenille, etc. So yeah, I thought we would try it out today and see how well it glows, if it works or not. And since it is October and Halloween season, I thought it would be the perfect time to make a little ghost. Here's one I've made in a chunky chenille. It's got little sparkles in the yarn. I don't know if you can see on camera, but that's besides the point. This is just a little pattern that I whipped up to try on it. If you are interested in this little pattern, I'm happy to write it up and pop it on my blog and link it below if you are interested. So drop in the comments if you'd like to see. So yeah, I think we'll just get started and we'll do a little cast on. We'll check in, see how nice it is to work with, you know, all the usual. So I'll check back in just a minute. Here's how it's looking so far. Yeah, it's working up pretty nicely. I will say the yarn kind of separates very easily. I don't know if you can see that. You can see it kind of a bit there. So if you are more new to crochet, it might be a little bit tricky to work with. I'm using 3.5mm, so that kind of helps avoid like going in between the thread when you're working, if that makes sense. But yeah, so far so good. Not noticed anything major, like difficult at the moment. Seems like pretty standard really. It's not the same texture as their usual cotton yarn, if you're familiar with that, but that's probably because this is 100% polyester rather than natural fibre. But yeah, I'll check in once we've got a little bit more done. So here's the little ghost body shape. I did some bobble stitches around the bottom, and I will say they were a little bit tricky with the yarn. It's not my favourite that I've worked with, but it's not terrible. It's not like one of those squeaky yarns or anything like that. But really the real test is the glow in the dark. So yeah, we're going to make some little arms, stitch it all together, put a little face in it, and then we'll check it out, see if it works. So here is my tiny little ghost all finished off. Show you a little bit closer here. Don't know if it's in focus there, but I will show you once we do our little glow in the dark test. In terms of the yarn like fibres separating a bit was a little bit tricky when sewing. Yeah, so I'd bear that in mind if you are a beginner. But for £2, I think it's pretty decent, you know, if you're wanting to try out a yarn like this. But we won't know if it's worth trying until we try and see if it glows in the dark. So we're gonna check it out right now and see how it goes. Now I looked on the Ricorumi website and they say that it glows under UV light. Obviously I don't have a UV light, but if you Google image search UV light screen, and you can download an image of that and then turn your brightness up all the way, and that kind of acts as a UV light for you. So we're gonna try it out and see how it glows. So I'm just gonna turn out the lights. So I have used the UV screen on it, and as you can see it's definitely glows in the dark. Sorry, my camera quality is not very good in low lighting, but yeah, you can definitely see it glowing. So I definitely think that's a win. I definitely think it's worth trying if you are fancying trying out UV reactive or glow in the dark yarn. I know that Ricorumi actually does a pattern on their website for a glow in the dark baby mobile, which is really cute. This is a really cost-effective version as well, so it's a good like intro to glow in the dark yarn, and then maybe you could try one of the more expensive options. So with the previous one, I activated it with that UV light screen effect on my phone, and kind of like quote unquote charged it up by just shining that on it. But I just thought I'd mention that obviously because it's UV reactive, the UV rays from the sun will also activate it. So I've left it in sunlight the next day. I just thought I'd show you how it looks after that as well. So here's how it looks after a bit of sun exposure. It wasn't super sunny, so it's not as intense a result, but you can definitely see that it does glow after being activated by UV rays from the sun. But yeah, that's just to show that you don't need a UV light or anything. It's probably something that kids will find really fun to have in their rooms as a gift. And yeah, I think it's a really cool yarn to experiment with. I have seen some glow-in-the-dark chenille yarn, which I kind of fancy trying after trying out this one. So let me know in the comments if you think I should try that one, and let me know if you would try this yarn and what you would make with it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and apart from that, I'll see you in the next video.